Hi guys, and welcome back to the survival project. It has been a while since we've said that. So we're here at the moment just at the portal that took us through into the unorthodox server. We are going to be getting rid of this because I think we said we wanted to build a town on this part of the island. So yeah, that's going to have to go. I might move it to somewhere else in the world just because I think it'd be pretty cool to just keep it with us. Now, I have been pretty busy. I really wanted to get back into this after recording that 100 subs special episode. So I have come along all of these cliff facings and I've added loads of variation in. It's all cobblestone and andesite basically that I've added in. Now this took a hell of a lot of time and quite a large amount of resources. I've still got a lot of work to do on these cliffs just to get them right, but I have gone around pretty much the entire island now and added all the variation in. I still need to add slabs and stairs because I think that makes a big difference. I've also come along and done this island. I think last time we basically just had dug the hill down. Now I really wanted to just pour a lot of hours into the really sort of boring and monotonous tasks of it. So I got all the cliff facing done on this as well. And this is all looking really great now. So we have got space to actually get started on our zoo project, which is what we're going to get going on today. I've just got a few more things that I want to show you, really. So this island as well, I got round to it. I ripped all of the trees out. There's still some leaves decaying over there. That was the last thing I was doing. So, yeah, we've got a sort of lay of the land now. We know how much space we've got. I'm going to be tearing this part of the island down a little bit, just because I think I remember saying that I wanted a bridge from here over to there as well. I'm going to have a main gate on this side. I'm going to have a main gate over on that side over there as well. And there's going to be a bridge that goes from there over to there. There might be an entryway in from there. I'm not 100% sure about that. I might just make a path that sort of runs along the edge and comes around to this entry point. So I'm thinking we could put a diagonal bridge in here. That would be pretty cool. And it's probably going to be a diagonal bridge over there. Let's just have a look at what that actually looks like. So we probably could get away with putting a small little straight bridge in. I don't want to overdo it with the diagonals. Now there's one more thing for me to show you. So I believe we got started on this in the last episode, or one of the last episodes. It's one of my least favourite things to do in the game, but for the builds that I want to do, I really do need these blocks. So I finally finished clearing down the ocean monument and I've built up this design. It's not the most efficient design, I don't think. Well, definitely not the most efficient design anymore. But this does work. They basically drop down, I think it's 34 blocks to their deaths. All of the items get transported along water streams and wind up here, which for some reason my filter wasn't working. I've got loads of drops. I AFK'd here for quite a while. We haven't quite moved into this side yet. We've got nothing in there either, so it's still filling up. But yeah, everything's just coming into this one set of chests, so I keep moving everything about manually. I will come along eventually and fix it, but not yet. But yeah, we've got loads of prismarine crystals as well, so we aren't looking too bad there. I've filled up a few shulker boxes worth of it as well. I spent a lot of time like lighting up the area underneath and that. Now I just wanted to get this done. I really do not like building ocean monuments. Guardian farms is probably the better way to word it. So I thought rather than trying to get it recorded and show everyone what's going on, I just figured I was just gonna get it done. Yeah, because I really dislike doing it, but it is done. We are there. Fantastic. So we've got all of the sort of blocks that we need really now. I've got a tiny little bit of grind work that I need to do between now and getting the next section done, actually starting our build for the day. But there's one thing that I wanted to talk about. So at the moment my world is still in 1.14 and I'm considering updating to 1.15, but that's going to mean a few different things. Number one, for the time being, we're going to be losing Optifine, which means we can no longer zoom in and out like that. We're not going to be able to use all of our shader packs and stuff like that. But I do know that Optifine is about 60% done, I think it is, at the point of me recording this video. So that's not too far off to wait to get that back. I'll have to do some work on resource packs as well to get these updated to 1.15, because I'm pretty certain the old 1.14 texture packs won't work on 1.15. That's something I'll have to look into. But there's something that we're definitely going to be losing if we update to 1.15. Now, I know I can't stay on 1.14 forever. Got our little turtle friends over here and all our little fish. Yeah, I can't stay on 1.14 forever. I'm going to have to update. If anything, it's for the optimization. This world gets pretty laggy, and we haven't even really built that much. It could be because I built everything in spawn, which means all of my farms are constantly running because this is all within the spawn chunks. So that could be a part of the issue, but that is also why I built the iron farm there, is because I wanted it to be continuously running. 1.15 will come with optimization and that. And we're going to get Optifine, we're going to have our shader packs, we're going to have our zoom button, which is really, really important. But we are going to lose replay mod. And replay mod's become a really big part of this series. I think pretty much every single episode I've used replay mod in some way or another to showcase a build. And there's just something about it from a video editing perspective where replay mod is just fantastic. It's such a good tool to have, and to be losing it is not ideal. So basically the creator of replay mod has decided that he doesn't want to continue working on it for 1.15 from what I understand. Now correct me if I'm wrong, because I very well could be wrong, but that's going to be such a shame to lose that tool. And as I say, we're playing in a no cheats world and all of that sort of stuff, so you know, I could open it to LAN so that I could get the camera account on, but I don't really want to do that. Thus far in this world, we haven't cheated a single thing. To open to LAN, we're going to have to open to LAN, allow cheats on, get the camera account on, allow the camera account to go into spectator mode, and then that, to me, kind of takes away part of this survivalist element. Like, I know I can trust myself not to do anything, but then there's always going to be that sort of, oh, well, I could now because I've done it once. You know, why not? Well, I could do it. You know, I basically, I don't really want to allow myself to do that, but it may be the only answer. I really am interested to get into 1.15, and especially with a Nether update coming at some point. Is either 1.16 or 1.17. I'm not entirely sure. I've stopped keeping up with it now. But yeah, I just really don't want to lose replay mod, basically. It would be absolutely fantastic if they decided that they wanted to keep running with replay mod, or if someone takes over and, you know, we get some sort of alternative. Because I again, as a content creator, I think replay mod is invaluable to this game. I think it makes things so much better from a viewing point. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on that. Like, does replay mod bother you that much? Are you happy to just watch like progress updates? So like, you know, we could come to an area, I talk about what I'm going to build, I build part of it, check in, show you what I've done, and then go on, build a bit more, and then come back out, check in with what we've done, and do it that way. To me, that seems a little bit boring. Whereas if we've got replay mod, I can actually show you exactly how it's going. You can see the entire build go up in one go, and I think that it just looks amazing doing it like that. My creative series will definitely be dead if the replay mod doesn't come to 1.15 and I update that world to 1.15, which I'm not going to. I don't even know if I'm going to go back into that creative world for quite a while yet. Especially not with 2 survival series going. So obviously we've got this and the Unorthodox multiplayer one. Anyway, I think I've rattled on for quite long enough. I need to go and collect a few resources, and I need to tidy up a little bit. So I've got like items all over the place. There's a bunch of shulkers here. I cleared up all of the chests that were originally here. There's a few chests over there. I think there's some more over there. Basically, I just want to go around and have a real quick tidy up of everything. Gather up some resources for the build, and then we can just jump into it. So yeah, let me get that bit done, and we can jump back into the build. And I think what I'll do today, actually, to show you what I mean, is not use replay mod and do it in progress updates. That way you know exactly what I'm talking about, and we can see sort of how that goes, and your guys' feedback would be great. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in a sec. You know, out of everything I've ever built, I feel like this is the most useful thing. Need some experience, need to fix something, just run up, stand on it, wait, done. Easy. Everything's nice and repaired, and yeah, we are ready to get going. So I've gathered up a bunch of stuff. It's all sort of in my ender chest at the moment. I didn't finish tidying things up because I'm useless and I actually hate tidying things up. So how do I realistically want to go about this? As in, where do I want to put the gate? I think I want to put some sort of like a little garden along here, along the edge, like we've done pretty much along the edge of every cliff face, and I think that sort of just help keep things tied together. So that means we're probably looking at putting a gatehouse around here. Now, I say gatehouse quite loosely. I don't want this to look military, so let's get some dark oak. And what I'm thinking is either we pull this grass. I don't really want to pull this forward, so we're going to push this grass backwards a little bit, and basically we're going to go from there. So around about could I have that, please? So yeah, I'm trying to think at the moment. So if that's coming from there, realistically I'm going to have the path sort of come like into itself a little bit. We'll bring it round. In fact, actually, we could bring it out a little bit more in this direction, and that could wind up helping us get the placement right. And then it's going to come from there. It's going to come off into this little garden area, and from here it's going to come over to this part of the garden, and that'll be pretty cool. And then right here we're going to have a big old gate type deal. So I'm thinking yes, destroy all of the blocks. I forget how quick the efficiency 5 rips things apart. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be huge, actually. We'll take that back one. So we're going to go. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, okay, we can have the entryway 7 wide and maybe 5 back. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Sort of like that. Could work out. And then that means that this is going to come something like this. Gap of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like so, and like so. So that is gonna be huge. Let's bring this down to size a little bit. That's gonna be way too big. So how about we try going in by one? We have a gap of 1, 2, 3, and pop that there. 1, 2, 3. And this is always a pretty safe system, actually. Playing it in blocks of 5, I tend to find that always winds up being a fairly safe bet. So yeah, we're going to do something like that on either side. That gives us space to add some depth to it. I'm not intending with this for you to be able to go upstairs. The idea of it is that essentially it's going to be like a massive version of one of these. It's not going to look anything like this, but this is the sort of concept of it. It's not a gate as such. It's like, you know, it's not a defensive gatehouse. It's just a gate for you to gain access into the zoo. So yeah, that's the sort of thing that we're going for. So I'm going to get a little bit of work done on it, and I'll bring you guys in to show you what I have done. Right, so I've got 4 different designs now. This is the initial one that I just showed you guys. Don't like that. Changed it over to spruce. Still don't like the design, but the spruce blends in a bit better. Now I've tried this as well. I don't really like that either. I'm struggling here at the moment. And then I just tried the same thing but with different trapdoors, and I don't like that either. So I'm starting to think that the main issue here is the stripped acacia wood. it's just not really doing it for me. So I need to pull that out, redesign, and go from there. So I haven't actually been into the creative test world yet, but I just sort of thought I'd give this a go. So we've got the spruce trapdoors down there, and we've got the birch trapdoors up the top there. And I think actually already this looks a lot more in tune with everything else that we've been doing. Now we need to add some sort of hint of red in there. So what I was thinking was we could grab some of these acacia ones and maybe just on the corner pieces here, sort of chuck them in. Now, this side over here is going to wind up changing because we are going to have a wall coming out of this side. Obviously, we're going to have animals inside here. We want to make sure that they can't escape. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe it'll look better if we also were to put some of these round the bottom. How do we feel about that? It looks a bit more right, I suppose. Well, I'm going to keep going with this design for now. So I've got a little bit of an idea for the next section up as well. So yeah, I'm going to sort of keep going. I think the trapdoors make such a big difference in these builds, in everything that I'm doing here. So yeah, really glad I made those textures. So yeah, let me keep going for a little bit. Okay, I didn't like the way that that design was going at all. So I'm going to try something a bit different, maybe a little bit less gatehousey. So yeah, what I'm going to go for is more making something that looks a bit more like that, but also very different. It's just going to be a sort of more traditional sort of Japanese style gate, but it's going to be pretty huge. Now, I'm conscious of how much time I've actually taken up so far. So what's probably going to happen here is I'm going to build this gate. Mostly, I might check in at some point. I haven't got a design for it yet, so I mean, it might take me a little while to sort of get this down. But I think all in all, it's going to look a bit better than what I was sort of going for there. So yeah, I am going to jump in and get through as much of this as quickly as possible as I can. And yeah, I'll show you guys the results that we get out of it. Right, so this is what I've got going so far. I'm pretty happy with the way that this is starting to look. It's definitely taking shape. So we've got some spruce stairs here, one upright, one upside down, followed by dark oak logs, back into some more stairs, pretty much doing the same thing. Some stairs sticking out there, and we got some acacia fence posts there. We got the acacia strip log in the middle running all the way up as like a central beam. Now I'm thinking about getting the jungle trapdoors I've got and placing them along it. Let me see if I've actually got any. I do, I have 9. So yeah, what I mean by that is we could come along with it like this, and because I've made them partially transparent, we get quite a cool effect. And I think actually that is exactly what I'm going to be doing. I cannot reach the rest of it, but that's at least most of it covered up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to gather up some more of these jungle trapdoors because I don't actually think I have any more jungle wood left over, but that is essentially what that bit's gonna look like. For this sort of like circular section here, we've just got some stairs coming out. The ones on either side on the bottom layer there are corner stairs, and then it just sort of like raises up by one, and then we've got the spruce trapdoors there as well, just to add that extra little bit of layer. Now I've got these acacia buttons and oak wood buttons going around the pillar. I like it, I just think I may have gone a little bit over the top with it, so if I just destroy absolutely everything unintentionally, it might actually look better if we only really have it on these front sides, and that might help things out a little bit. At any rate, right, I need to get on with this upper layer here now, so I'm gonna get on with that, and I might come back in for the roof to show you guys what I'm gonna do with the roof design. I've got a bit of an idea of where I'm going from here, so yeah, let me get the rest of this built up and we'll jump back in, and that's probably going to be where this episode's going to end today. So yeah, I need to start thinking about what I'm going to do in the next episode. Probably work on this garden area over here. and that should be pretty cool. So let's get this built. So just to check back in again now, I've built up the next layer. So what we're going to be working on next is actually the roof. And to do that, we're going to need some of the dark prismarine that we gathered up. So let me just empty my very messy inventory. I actually want to keep those spruce fence gates. In fact, I actually want to make some more spruce fence gates because I don't think that that is going to be enough. Let's get rid of all of that. Yeah, so basically, like we've done with not this build, funnily enough, like we've done with, we haven't done it with that build either. Yeah, so like we've done with some of the other builds, I want to use these fence gates just to create like a little, I don't know what the right word is for it, but basically it's just going to be a support. There you go, that's a good word for it. It's going to be a support for the roof, so I'm just going to go grab the dark prismarine. We're going to jump up there and then we're going to carry on with this build. So I think we'll go through the roof together. This one's not going to be very complicated, but if building roofs might help people out, then we can do it together on camera. In fact, wow, see huge lag spikes. That's why I'm considering moving up to 115. They are sea lanterns. Yep, there we go. Right, so we've got a load of dark prismarine. I spent ages and ages hunting squid. I think I need to make a squid farm. If I'm going to be using a lot of this stuff, then having a squid farm is going to be really handy. So I don't want to let this take too long to do. We need to create a sort of bowed look in the build. So we're going to start off just using blocks of dark prismarine. So let's find, yep, there's our center. So I'm thinking we want to take that out, that out, and replace it with the dark prismarine. And get rid of those and replace them with some dark prismarine. And that is the basis of it. So 5, I think 5 is a good sort of central size. Let's just build a crafting table real quick. I think I did just put one in one of those chests, but hey, this is basically what I do all the time. Over create crafting tables and over create items as well. So from there we're going to come out just with some stairs like so, and then we're going to bow this up a little bit. So we're going to go 1 2 3 4 and 5. Yeah, and then we're going to come up by one more. I think that is a good way to do it. Let's just sleep real quick. And then we can get back up there and carry on. So it is really simple, this roof. So yeah, this one then comes actually. What I might do, just to add a little bit of shape, is add that in there, and then this is going to come out till it's 1 over. Shall I do it 1 over? Well, we need to carry this along a little bit if we're going to do that. So yeah, let's do that. So then this end piece here is going to be by 4, and 1 2 3 and 4, and then we can jump down here and put these stairs in. 1 2 3 4 5 5 in the right place, please. Yeah, 5. I am gonna need to get that back at some point because this stuff is expensive. Let's get a whole bunch. In fact, let's just turn all of those into slabs. So then I want to make this raise up a little bit on this level. So we're going to come in like so, and we're going to do the same thing along the top there, and we're going to do the same thing along the top there. Now we're actually going to have to get rid of these bits here, turn these into dark prismarine. So we're going to need to take some of that out of here, straight into there. I've never understood why it does that. Like, you shift click it in and it decides to put the lower amount into your inventory. But there you go. Right, and then basically this goes like that. We carry that along again, and then this is all just going to be full blocks up to there. Now hopefully this won't need to be made pointy. I'm hoping that it's just gonna look okay. Let's just jump down and take a quick look at this. So, yeah, I think that looks okay. Right, I need to extend it out a little bit more. Definitely needs to come out a little bit more because that doesn't quite look right at the moment. Let me get this done, but essentially that is how this roof's going to go. We're just creating like a little curve pattern, and yeah, it's just going to overhang just a little bit, but that is basically exactly how this one goes. So yeah, let me just get this roof built up. We'll take a look and then we will close off. And there we have it. As the sun is setting, that's going to bring us to the end of the episode. We've got the roof done now, and from a distance over here, this build looks absolutely amazing. I'm really, really happy with this one. It took me a little while to get back into the swing of this Japanese style, but I think we nailed this one. We can give ourselves a pat on the back for it. The roof, I just continued the stair line going up a little bit just to add that sort of pointed look to it. And yeah, I think that's pretty much finished the build off. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with this. I've missed building on this series, like big time. The mobs are about to start spawning. But yeah, this looks really great. So we've experimented a bit with what life would be like without the replay mod. Obviously, if I'd have used the replay mod, I could have showed you the entire process of me building this up, and you could have seen it sort of go from nothing to something. So I am not a big fan of the way we recorded this episode, but I've done it just because I want to get a little bit of insight from you guys and see what you think about it. Should we update to 115 or not? That is the question. If you've got any ideas on that one, just drop it down in the comment section. I was a little bit worried this was going to wind up being too big, but actually I think it's perfectly fine. Now we just need to work out how we're actually going to build the walls, as in what they're actually going to look like. At any rate, that is a problem for future me. We're going to be building this garden area in the next episode, so I really hope you've enjoyed this one. If you haven't watched the last episode, do go back and check it out, and I realise this is probably really, really dark at the moment. Yeah, just check out the last episode, and I will catch you guys either back on this series next, or the Unorthodox server, I imagine. So take care, and I'll see you in the next one.